Hey guys, welcome back to the Banter Network, and in today's video we will be reviewing and giving you our thoughts on American Horror Story Season 7, Episode 4, 11-9. What did you think of the episode?
I think the episode was good. I didn't like it actually. I'm going to change it. Yeah, I didn't actually like the episode. I didn't know.
Boring.
It was
I
like
found
it was a flashback. And I don't really like flashbacks in a series. Personally, that's just my opinion. I don't really like flashbacks because it doesn't. It's kind of like drag. It's kind of like they're just wasting time, and they just want to entice us for that little period of time, and then. Yeah, because they just want. I think they want to drag the storyline across more, and that's why they've added flashbacks. But like, there's so many questions that happened last episode,
know what?
and I just wanted them answered, and it just didn't.
For me, I felt like I got some of the answers, just because it was a flashback based episode. And it did give us a lot of the answers on how each character know each other. So for example, last episode when we saw that, Harrison, how he knew Kai, and we're like, wait, they know each other?
Exactly.
And then this episode explained how they knew each other, how they met. So I think that it showed the relationships between more characters.
Formed,
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I get where you're coming from when you said, oh, it's
I really
waste.
don't like flashbacks.
Yeah,
That's just personal opinion. In a TV show, I dislike flashbacks. But it depends on what it is.
I think flashbacks are really important. Just because it gives a background story.
Like, for example, in the show called Pretty Little Liars that recently ended, that show should have flashbacks because I feel like it was a murder mystery. Riverdale should have I feel like more murder mysteries should have flashbacks rather than cult formations or horror stories or the election. I really don't understand why they had to have flashbacks.
But I think it was just because to show each character's struggles as well as relationship within one another. That's what I think. Moving on, we'll start off with Beverly Hope. This was actually, so if you guys don't know, last week Kyle mentioned that Beverly Hope sounds a bit like Barely Hope, which is really funny.
I didn't realise her name was so funny until she said it toward the end. Like Beverly Hope.
Yeah.
It kind of like if you just change Beverly around a little bit, you cut and take away some letters. It's almost like Barely. It's like
Hope.
barely any hope. And it's like, a good omen for like what's to come.
Yeah, I know. It's like everyone dies.
Yeah, it's like, you watch this news report, barely any hope.
This episode did give a basic information on who Beverly Hope is. So Kai sort of had some research on her while he was watching TV. This is not chronologically ordered. This is like each character we're going to talk about. So Beverly Hope, she was humiliated on TV, and that's why she basically went off TV and went to, I think it was
like a rehabilitation
center. And then she came back on TV, which showed, something bad happened. And when it showed like each person's struggle, that was a struggle, being humiliated as well as being second best. I think. What did you think about Beverly's sort of storyline?
You can tell that her as a black woman, she feels very outcasted from the rest of the newsroom, and that she's being very downgraded because she's of her skin color. And it just shows that, again, during the Trump time, that this is probably, during this time, our present time, this is probably what's happening to dark-skinned people in the workforce.
Or any nationality.
Or any nationality in the workforce, being selective. And like she said in in one part where she's like, oh, why do I have to cut my scenes? You know how she had to cut time with
I think
someone that needs, what was the
Serena. So Serena, she played by Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
She plays Serena Belinda, I think, the news reporter, the younger, more prettier, hotter news reporter, whereas Beverly's more older, mature, and also
she looks very,
dark.
I reckon she's more professional.
Yeah, so that sort of shows how she struggles through getting her success in news reporting. And she wants to be, obviously she wants power, and she doesn't really have that. And she does have a lot of anger. Kai, we'll get back to Kai, but she does show a lot of anger throughout the episode. Yeah. So Kai does, so starting, like, again, going off with Kai, he goes to each character and he encourages them to be, I guess, rebellious and violent.
Yeah. Or like take revenge.
Yes. So having vengeance and revenge against the people that put them down. For example, with Harrison, his boss, with Beverly, her arch enemy, which is Serena. Yeah. And then with, I think that's about it.
With what's his name, Vinny?
Vinny, that's Harrison.
Oh, right, Harrison.
Yeah.
Harrison's an arch enemy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. And when he encouraged, like, Harrison killed his boss, and that was like, whoa, like, he could easily get encouraged to kill someone like that. And he was freaking out, security cameras, and like Kai knew what he was doing. Like
I reckon in this episode, I felt like Kai was like a god. I don't know if that was just me, but I felt like he was a god to those people.
Kai goes and he encourages a lot of people to basically go get vengeance and revenge on the people who make them suffer. For example, Kai encourages Harrison to kill his boss because his boss is being, one, homophobic and very like discriminative. And Beverly, he encourages her to gain vengeance, whereas I don't think she didn't do anything to Serena, but she was happy with how Serena died because Serena was killed by Kai and his friends. So she was happy, and I guess she was relieved that, oh, finally someone did the job that I obviously wanted. And so she looks at Kai as a god, like she has faith in him, and they make a deal that they want power together and equally. Next is Ivy and Winter in the rally together. You can see that Ivy sort of goes off without Ali. She goes off without Ali because Ali did vote for someone else, whereas Ivy voted for Hillary. So Ivy went, and there she met Winter, which is so weird to me because Winter, later on in the sort of timeline, she goes and she it's like Ali pretends like, I don't know if Ali remembers her or pretends like she doesn't know her, but whatever it is, obviously Winter has it, like obviously they knew each other from previous events. So yeah, that it showed like the relationship between those two characters, and this leads me to believe that Ivy could be also part of the cult. I know this is like for me, I know it might be far-fetched for you guys, but for me, that Ivy was actually brave enough to kidnap someone, leave them locked up, and that's it. Like, I'm like, it takes it takes a lot in a person to do that, even if it's just kidnapping or not murdering. So I think Ivy sort of is iffy for me. And then Winter, saying all that she doesn't like it when men, can boss women around. They're being spoon-fed everything. and which is, to me, it's like, yes, that's true. That's what they want Hillary to win because they want a female president in the United States. So that's good, I guess. Like, that's in their view. They're like teaming up so that they can do something about it. And yeah, so then one more thing to mention, Gary, in the first part of the whole episode, his hand was chopped off, and he comes into the election sort of, I guess it's a stadium sort of thing where they vote, I guess, and he's bleeding, and Kai helps him out to go and vote. And I'm like, why is he bleeding? Oh my gosh, something happened. Kai, for all you know, probably stabbed him or encouraged him to vote for Donald. He's probably not a Donald Trump supporter, and he basically did this. And I was totally wrong. I was wrong. Like, the end scene sort of cuts off with Gary and Kai, because Ivy and Winter did kidnap Gary because Gary was a Trump supporter, and he's basically pretty offensive. He was offensive towards Ivy. So Winter and Ivy kidnapped Gary, and then Winter tells everything to Kai, like, I kidnapped this guy and all that, and then Kai finds out, goes to the hostage situation, and well, it wasn't like he encouraged Gary to vote for Trump. It was he wanted to vote, and he wanted to get out of there so he can vote. And believe it or not, Kai gave him a choice. I want to see how much you really want to vote. And so Gary cuts his own hand off, which is, I'm like, oh, okay, so Kai's not that extreme. But the fact that Kai was like, how much do you want to support for Trump? What would you give to be able to vote? And yeah, so that's what it ended by. As you guys know, Rebekah did not like this episode because it was more flashbacks, but I liked it. I think it was a great episode to show like relationships between each characters and all that. Since it is a flashback based episode, I haven't watched the promo for next week's episode yet, but I'm probably going to stay away from it. It was a fairly dragging sort of episode, but it showed, like I said, a lot of answers that we need. This is the end of today's video, so if you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and comment below the discussion, because the discussion does not end here. It continues and continues and continues. Also subscribe to this channel because we will have videos of American Horror Story Season 7, each episode every week, so make sure you stay tuned on that. Also, I'm from Money Plus 2. If you want to go check out my channel, well, mine and Rebekah's channel, you can do so on the comments below. All our social media links will be down below, and I will see you guys next week for another American Horror Story review video. Bye guys.